Joining us now, Pennsylvania Congressman Guy Reschenthaler. Congressman, you just heard Hillary Vaughn's reporting. It's even for Democrats. The Democrats are saying, why are you rushing this through? Why are you rushing tax hikes through? It's the inflation, stupid, to put a twist on James Carville, his phrase there. I mean, Biden faces a revolt inside his own party.
Liz, yeah, absolutely he does. And thanks for having me on as always. Please just call me Guy. You know, what's so insidious about this is the fact that we have out of control inflation. And inflation is the real tax on the middle class and the working class, because if you're on a fixed income or if you're not in a position where you can adjust spending, it hurts you. If you're somebody that's wealthy, you just don't go on a second or third vacation, or you don't buy that new Range Rover. You can afford to take the hit. The working class cannot. Additionally, with this package, you're going to have actual tax increases, and everybody says it's still going to hit people making under $400,000 a year. Further, with that corporate income tax increase, you're going to have a corporate income tax in the United States that's higher than communist China. That's going to drive jobs offshore, again, hurting the working class. And I might say this too: you're going to bring back the SALT deduction, which is a way of subsidizing wealthy states and blue states at the expense of red states and poor states. The whole package is a liberal giveaway off the backs of the working class.
So, you know, here's the thing. We've got producer prices today, another read showing wholesale prices are running really white hot. Inflation on that level is at the highest in over 10 years. You had Congressman Stephanie Murphy, a House Democrat from Florida, saying, Nancy Pelosi, no, you're rushing this for political reasons because they see Republican landslide potentially next year's midterms. And she's saying this is not good policy. You're doing this for politics. That effectively U.S. taxpayers are going to have to pay for $5 trillion in new spending in order for Democrats to keep control. And Guy, the other thing too is we have Nancy Pelosi pork, $200 million going toward a park and a golf course in her home district. What was your reaction when you heard Democrat Steve Cohen saying Nancy Pelosi deserves this $200 million in pork because she works really hard?
Well, to me, it's Stockholm Syndrome, right? Nancy Pelosi is rolling that Democrat caucus with an iron fist. If you step out of line, she punishes you. Remember that during just voting on the resolution to bring this spending spree to the floor, Nancy Pelosi and other Democrat leaders were on the phone with the White House threatening to fire the spouses of members who work at the White House. You had Democrat state leaders threatening to redistrict people out in the next redistricting if they voted against this. So the fact that her underlings in the Democrat Party are saying that Nancy Pelosi deserves $200 million of the pork, that's not surprising because they all toe the line. And when I hear Democrats complain about this, they may make a lot of noise. What's their voting record? Because I can guarantee you their voting record is probably 90 to 93% in line with Nancy Pelosi and these are so-called moderates.
Well, Liz, go ahead.
I was just going to say, the other thing to consider is that the so-called moderates may be making noise. They weren't able to stop this resolution from coming forward, and they wanted to vote on the transportation infrastructure package first. They totally got rolled over. They will probably get rolled over again. I hope they prevail because this is bad for the American people. But Nancy Pelosi runs that caucus, and she wants that $200 million of pork.
Right, and now she wants to. You know, people do not understand the Supreme Court rulings on COVID vaccine mandates at all. We see MSNBC and CNN misleading people all the time about what the Supreme Court said a century ago. It's about the states having the power over public health, not centralized federal government at all. That's the issue. That's what they don't get at the other networks. And you see that from Nancy Pelosi and President Biden pushing vaccine mandates when it's up to the states to do it, not the federal government. So there's a misapprehension all around the block on everything about these issues flying out of D.C. We need Guy Reschenthaler back on to straighten it out. It's good to have you on, Congressman Guy Reschenthaler.
Anytime, Liz. Thanks so much.
It's good to see you.